Flat Earth British was one of the first people I ever responded to on this channel. His name is Martin, and as well as being into Flat Earth, he also enjoys a bit of history, often claiming that the real history of this world is not what we've been told. That sounds a familiar sentence, doesn't it? Well, today Martin is going to tell us about ancient civilizations that apparently have been wiped out, and the lost city of Atlantis. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Right then, on with today's video and Martin from the channel Flat Earth British. He's about to introduce us to some interesting maps. In the words of Short Round from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, hold on to your potatoes.
Now this map here is a really interesting map. It proposes the passage of a comet. Passage of a comet that possibly happened in maybe 1066, because on the Bayeux Tapestry they say that the comet, what they call Halley's Comet, there's no way they could possibly know that. It hasn't got Halley's written on the side or anything, just putting that out there.
Well, the reason historians think that is because of the timing. Halley first saw that comet in 1682. Unfortunately though, he did not live long enough to see it return Christmas 1758, which is exactly when he predicted it would return. He predicted this because he used Isaac Newton's brand new laws of universal gravitation along with previous sightings of bright comets. It turns out that Halley's Comet returns on average every 76 years, with timings ranging from 74 to 79 years. If you do the maths and work backwards, then it is more than feasible that the object on the Bayeux Tapestry is indeed Halley's Comet. Hope that helps, Martin.
But a comet came along this plane and it wiped everything out. Now what happened is it came in across from Peru, and it caused all the damage in Pumapunku, a tsunami in Lake Titicaca. It carried on across the Atlantic.
Look at how matter-of-factly he's presenting this. Love it.
It hit right there in Mauritania, evaporating a large city there that some people think was Atlantis. In fact, there are narratives out there. Now, Plato said that Atlantis was beyond the gates of Colossus, which are the Gibraltar Straits right there. Well, most people have put it out there, and there's a few pencil depictions that say Atlantis is out there in the Atlantic, in the middle of the Atlantic.
Despite the fact there's absolutely no evidence to support this notion.
What if you got to be going south beyond the gates of Colossus? And I have got other maps to support this as well. And that this area, this wiped out desert of dust, was in fact Atlantis. And it's been wiped out in the last 500 years.
Hang on. You're suggesting that the lost city of Atlantis, was the size of the entire Sahara Desert? A desert, by the way, that's been there for the last 2 to 3 million years. There was no ancient civilization there 500 years ago.
Not only that, this comet carried on going across the Sahara, turning everything to dust.
I think you'll find that on impact, a comet would be obliterated. It certainly wouldn't be travelling along the Earth's surface for hundreds or thousands of miles afterwards.
And then the Arabian Peninsula, which is also 500 years ago on the maps, green.
What? That desert's even older than the Sahara. Nonsense.
And what they call the Fertile Crescent, which is the Holy Land, all the way into Mesopotamia or Persia, was apparently green. And it's not that way in modern day. It's all dust and desert, but it was in the past. So there's a giant swathe of desert in a line all the way across the Caucasus, and the impact point is the eye in Mongolia.
That's not Mongolia. That's the Taklamakan Desert in northwest China. But let me get this straight. The comet hit Earth in Mauritania and then travelled all the way across land to China. You do understand how ridiculous that sounds, right? Plus, it goes beyond all laws of known physics and nature.
Now, I have maps of this. There's a giant water aquifer in the cursed books of 1700 lying under this Great Depression that is in Mongolia. Now, this is a very large area of the Gobi Desert, actually, guys.
No, the Gobi Desert is here. Can't even get simple geography correct.
Where it is a Great Depression in the ground, just like something has hit it coming from this direction.
Actually, the Taklamakan Desert formed as a response to a couple of things. It was a combination of widespread regional aridification due to the rain shadow effect from the Himalayas and increased erosion from the surrounding mountain fronts.
But do take close attention to this area here, where there is another geographical anomaly they know nothing of, and it's called the African Eye.
Well, actually, we do know a bit about it. It's believed to have formed from tectonic uplift and deformation, creating a dome-like structure. And then over time, erosion sculpted this dome, exposing the underlying rock layers and creating those distinctive concentric rings. But please give us your version of events, Martin.
I know loads of you in this field have seen this. They show us different depictions of it, you know, from above, and it looks like a city that is concentric circles, a bit like the old Mexico City and many other cities, concentric cities, which some people have said is Atlantis.
Right, so Atlantis has gone from the entirety of the Sahara to a 40-kilometre wide geological structure. Got it.
Now, some people have cited Atlantis also being near Cadiz in Spain. There's also a cylindrical city there, which is fitting the description of said cities of Atlantis.
Okay, I'm fairly certain the image you have there is either AI created or photoshopped. I cannot find it anywhere online other than being incorrectly used for the Eye of the Sahara.
So let me just... So yeah, as you can see, this is like, it actually looks like it's spiraling in the African Eye, but it's got like mountains around it and they are literally scorched. You can see it's blackened.
Okay, that's definitely not the Eye of the Sahara. This is. It's taken directly from Google Maps, satellite view. Your photo does not match that at all.
Now imagine there was a giant city there, and it's wiped off the face of the earth. This is the depression here. And just like the Mongolian depression, it's a slit, it's a cut, a giant gash in the earth's surface with an eye inside of it.
That's hilarious because it's not a gash, as you say, or a depression. That area has been uplifted by tectonic activity and is all around 200 metres higher than the surrounding land. So you got that one wrong, didn't you?
African Eye. And some people saying, excuse me, the size of these depictions, the Google images just do not do these images big anymore. But you can see this is a depiction of Atlantis. Let me just maybe, yeah, you can see it better like that. Which concentric circles, very much like Mexico City and many other cities in antiquity we know about, surrounded by water, just like Plato said. And this area, well, it's a similar circular city, if you like, and it is exactly on that map that I just showed you, on the western fringes of that line that creates this desert.
So, your evidence then for Atlantis is a circular geological formation that was left behind after a comet smashed through thousands of miles of Earth, wiping out said Atlantis on the way. That's what you're going for? Okay, cool.
Interesting. There's another, generated image of what they thought Atlantis might have looked like. And as I said, many people on the internet have proposed, Atlantis being this eye. Plato's hint unraveled. The long lost city of Atlantis finally found nested in the Sahara, just as ancient texts suggested. So,
wasn't it awfully nice of the comet to leave the structure of Atlantis intact while it obliterated everything else around it? Thoroughly decent of it, hey? I think that's all we need to say regarding this one, isn't it? Martin tells us all the stories without thinking of the ramifications of the stories. Classic flurf, that. Well, there we go. What do we all think of Martin's Atlantis comet story there? Let me know in the comments below. As I say, we're all done and dusted for another one. Thanks so much for watching today. It is, as always, appreciated. If you enjoyed it, please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We're on daily videos now, and please do like the video with a big thumbs up as well. Thank you. I've been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great day, and tomorrow we take a look at an interview with a flat earther who I've not seen before. We'll have a look. It will be fun. See you then.